Hey everybody, and welcome to Socratic 2.0. Socratic 2.0 just started on Monday, October 7th. I did want to take just a couple of minutes and show you some of the different things from a visual point of view. I think you'll find once you get used to this, you'll actually like this better because of um, the visual aspect of having kind of buttons rather than line item menus. I think you'll like the navigation a lot better. So we're going to get into the login area here. Teacher login. This doesn't look any different. This part actually looks different. So again, I'm a teacher, so I'm going to click on that one, and here's where we're going to enter our login information, same as it was before. So once you log in and it pops up, here's your room number again. If you remember, that used to be over here. Here's your room number. The number of people that are currently in your classroom right now, again, that used to be over here. It's now located right here, so when someone enters the room, you will see that, that change from 0 to 1. Okay, and we can see we now have one person in this classroom, just like you used to have that information before. Again, just visually looks different. So let's go down and take a look at this screen. Quick question, if you just wanted to create just one quick, kind of like poll everywhere, you'd want to just create one on the spot, you would go here. Start a quiz is exactly what it says. Once you already have quizzes that are built and you want to start one, here's where you'd go. Space race we talked about briefly. That's if you want to have individual kind of quiz game races, or you want to break the class up into groups and have quiz game races. This is a little bit more of an advanced feature. Once you understand how to use the rest of Socrative, this might be something you might want to be playing with down the road. And then an exit ticket is kind of like a little summative thing that you can do at the end. We did not spend a lot of time talking about this before. Again, a little bit more of an advanced feature that you might want to take advantage of. So play around with that when you have an opportunity. So for the most part, this managed quizzes box is where we're going to go. If you remember, this used to have everything from edit, manage, create, all that stuff used to be in the same spot, and they were line items in the previous version. So we're going to click on this manage quizzes, and we have our choices here. And I think these are a lot easier visually to look at and determine, I wonder what this does. So what do you think this box does? Just like it says, create a quiz. So if we wanted to build a quiz from scratch, here's where we'd click. If we wanted to import a quiz that we have in the proper format, you can go ahead and do that here. If you want a list of all of your quizzes, pull it up by clicking this box, and then the reports from the folks who have taken some of your quizzes in the past. If you need to pull up any of that report information, that's where you'd get to that. So let's go to My Quizzes. So you're going to see a list of the most recent quizzes that you had popped up. That's this tab here that says Recent. If you have more than just what's going to show up on this page like I do, you can click All, and then you'll have a scroll bar on the right-hand side. But whenever you have chosen any of these particular quizzes to do a deeper dive at, now if you've seen that kind of got underlined here in green, where before they were all blue. So once I choose a quiz to look at in a deeper dive, it gets underlined here in green. So a copy of test 1 is here. So I have choices now at this point. I can delete it if either I didn't like the quiz or it served its purpose and I no longer need it in the future. I can delete it. I can duplicate it. So this is making an additional copy of it. And then what I'm primarily going to do is go in to edit the quiz. If I want to just take a look at what the questions are, or the answers, what are the appropriate answers for questions, assuming we're doing things like multiple choice and true and false, I'm going to click on Edit. So now you see each individual question. This is the copy of this particular test 1 that we're playing with here. And here's the first question. Remember, in Socrative, the first question is always the name question, where students will enter their name. Then here starts the actual questions themselves. What is the square root of pi? And we have some choices down there, and then there's the correct answer selected. If you ever have a situation like multiple choice where you don't have a correct answer selected at all, That just means that anybody can put anything down there, and it's more of a count of how many people pick this choice versus this choice for this choice. It's not going to mark it as a correct answer if your purpose is doing that. So if we needed to change any of these particular questions, so let's say down here number 3, I wanted to add another potential answer. Whoops. Let's try that again. Oh. Interesting. Ah, there it is. Didn't see the box. So type in the box, and let's say we'll just add a rose, and I just hit the tab. So the correct answer is still the bird of paradise. There occasionally, I think there's a flower picture here, and so what kind of flower is this? And we're good. If we don't need any of those other questions, we can say done, and we're good. So if we got into start this quiz, let me see, which one of these quizzes did I play with here? I think it was copy of test 1, I think. We can say start. We can say student paste, let's say, or teacher paste. I'm going to say student paste and hit start. And so on my phone, acting as the student, I've just now entered my name. Remember, that's what the first question is. And then I will hit next. What is the square root of pi? So then the next question happens to be that flower. And so I have done my questions as the student. I don't get any additional questions, so I just hit finish quiz. Are you sure you want to finish quiz is what it's asking me. And so you've completed the quiz, and it's waiting for the teacher to come up with something else. Oh, I wonder if I missed the first question there. But either way, you can see it's not really that much different as the instructor. I'm going to click finish. I can either email the report, download the report, say that I don't need to have a report, or if I hit this button by mistake, I can hit cancel. I'm going to say no report, and we're good. Again, manage quizzes here if I wanted to create a quiz. This just visually looks different, a lot more colors. There's boxes rather than kind of some line items or so forth. I just think visually from a navigation point of view, this is a little bit easier to play with. So I'm going to create my quiz. I'll do a multiple choice. Multiple choice question 1. And then I'll select the correct answer. Again, I can put an explanation in there if I want to. I can add an image to the question if I want to. And if I want to add more questions, I can go ahead and do that. If I am all done, or when I'm done, I can click done. And we're good. We now have that. There's my test for Socrative 2.0. And I can say start, and we'll say teacher paste this times, which if you remember, that's pulls it out by the teacher identifying which question to go first, and then as each question, or releasing that first question, I should say, and then once that first question is released, all of the students have responded, the instructor then must push out the next question. So the student on my end is submitting the answer, and we show that we have an answer. How do we do? This particular student chose A, which happens to be the correct answer in this situation. And so we're don't have anything left. That's the last question. So we finish again. We can email the report, download the report. I'm going to show you what the report looks like real quick, in case you haven't taken the time to do this. So here's your class scoring. This would list all of your students, the total score, number of correct answers, is this fun yet? All of the other questions would be located in these spots here, and so you would get to see what everybody scored, and it gives it a green and kind of like a light red. So it's green if they get it right, it's light red if they don't get the question right. But all of your questions, how it says, is this fun yet? All of the other questions that you have would be located in that spot. Student's name, and then any answer that they had for that particular question would be here, would be highlighted in the appropriate color for right or wrong. Excuse me. And if you had other students, they would just be located down here. So Bob's listed at 6, there'd be somebody else at 7, 8, 9, 10, so forth. So you have your particular room number here and your email address and then date and time stamped. So if you had more than one version of a particular class and you were using this same Socrative quiz, you'd have the ability to identify it by class. So other than that, there's not anything I think that's greatly different, but I just wanted to put together another one for you so you can see what it was all about. Thanks.